All right, good afternoon, everybody. It is Monday, and it looks like we got another chance at some thunderstorms again tonight, kind of like what we saw last night move across the metro area. We actually had two systems move through. The first one went through far north Georgia and also the eastern side. The second one came in more from the west. That's the one that hit the metro Atlanta area earlier this morning. It looks like we got another round coming on in here later on tonight. As for now, let me actually take you back 12 hours ago to the thunderstorms as they started to move on through. And they came in. Here you can see, let's see if we can get that data. There's that big cluster out of the west. You see as it moved down to the south. There we go. So let's see if we can get a little bit of reflectivity to show up here. I'm going to have to go back to 3 hours now. All right, so there we go with all the rainfall, generally down to the south. And those continue to head off toward the south right now. But we are watching to our north. More thunderstorms developing in parts of the Ohio Valley area. There you can see them up in parts of Kentucky, also parts of southern Illinois and Indiana. We are expecting to watch this particular area out by St. Louis for more storms to fire up a little bit later on tonight. And guess what, folks? These will travel in this direction. Again, this is what we call that northwest flow pattern that I've been talking recently about. As for the numbers out there, they're starting to warm back up, so the air is starting to become increasingly unstable. As a matter of fact, there is part of the northern section of the state that has had warming all day long. This is where we have the most instability, but we should see instability building pretty much across the entire metro area by later on tonight for the storms as they start to come in from the northwest. As for a visible satellite picture here, there you can see the clearing skies across the entire state. Most of the metro area now under what we're going to call partly cloudy sky. So again, this is the area where we have the best chance of seeing some storms developing later on tonight as we'll all start heading in our direction later on. Here's a look at the waves this morning. There goes one wave. First wave moved in from the north, and that affected part of the metro early in the morning. And then this other one moved in here from the west. So two waves. The other wave later on tonight develops and heads down in this direction as well. There you can see storms already starting to fire up now in parts of what they call Kentucky and Indiana. Also Kentucky, I wonder if you could call it Kentucky noise. Probably not. But nonetheless, I think you know what I'm talking about. Kentucky and Illinois. Also some storms in parts of Arkansas today firing up right now. Those are all headed down towards the south. But for us in the metro, here we go. Under a slight risk of severe weather tonight for parts of Alabama. We aren't in the slight risk area, but I think we may actually see this thing push a little bit farther in this direction by later on tonight because of the fact that we've got destabilizing air as we speak. Now, tonight's threat, same as last night, wind and hail. Those are the main threats for the severe weather later on tonight. So let's check it out on our forecast track by 10 o'clock, nothing. Here we go by 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning. We got storms coming in here from the northwest. That'll affect us in the early morning hours and then push through by noon, which will keep the cloud cover in place tomorrow, which in turn will keep our temperatures down again into the lower 80s. Now, a lot of these computer models have another chance of rain for us for tomorrow night, again like what we have here, and then they take it away completely. Not 100% certain that's going to happen. Sometimes when you get into these patterns, what we call this northwest flow pattern, you can kind of get it to cycle on itself. That could be happening over the next few days. Now, we will see some sunshine as we head to the weekend, but I think there's a chance early next week we go right back into this northwest flow pattern, which would, again, keep us on the warm side, or the cool side, and the wet side. All right, well, there's the afternoon update. We'll have more a little bit later on tonight on the blog, and, of course, join us for 11 Alive News at 6 o'clock, and we will discuss a little more in depth.